Hello, I'm sitting in this beautiful garden close to my home. It's in a park, amazing one, lakes, the lot. And I thought, well, let me say something in these beautiful surroundings. And tonight I want to talk a little bit about the universal law, the final law. Anyone that has had a shred of true spiritual insight in them, that's what they have spoken about. Um, when you see in the Gospels, and I'm not talking of what the later Christians then changed, but what Jesus was saying, he said is all about my word. And he said it the first time when he gave that long talk on the Sermon of the Mount, explaining what the path to the divine was. And he started telling them, be humble, be gentle, don't go looking for a fight, come in peace, go in peace, uh, try to always forgive, not to carry hatred in you, and so forth. And he said, when someone is hungry, if you can, feed them. If they are thirsty, give them water, quench their thirst. If they need a blanket and you've only got one, give it half to them, and so forth. He promoted a state of being, an elevation to the heart. And but at the end of it all, he then uh, said what the essence of this law is do unto others as you would like others to do unto you. And in we find this in all major traditions. Maybe is more on the other way, said in the other way, which is don't do unto others what you don't want others to do unto you. And they both correct, they both complement each other. So not only that, what is amazing, um, and what is amazing is how in Christianity they ended up making of his teachings that you just believe something and that's it. You've done nothing else you need doing. While Jesus, at the end of the Sermon of the Mount, he said, "Many of you will hear it, but very few of you will take it into their hearts and practice it. For most of you, it will be like seeds falling on stones." And not only that, and I think very much of modern Christian churches, when he said, you can do miracles, you can speak in tongues, you can do all kinds of things. But if you have not kept these words of mine, I will deny you in front of the Father. And that is so strong, that is so powerful. It's not said with hatred or anything, but he said this is the path. And if you don't take it, you'll go elsewhere. And we see very much that within Buddhism, the Dharma, the Dharma, the Dharma is the essence of all Buddhism. And it means the path, the way that leads to salvation. And it says exactly the same thing, you see. So it's about becoming one with the Father, is being one with the love from which that law came. Because once you can live in that, then you are in tune with the Father and you are on the path. You are gradually achieving liberation. And Jesus also said, it's not something that you go bing, oh, I believe, babang, is done. All he stressed all the time was the kingdom of heaven is within you and is like a seed that grows, which means you have to nurture it. And to do that, you have to hear the words that tell you about that eternal law. Okay? I've used before the word universal, perhaps even more correctly, I should say the eternal law. So, opening our hearts to it, receiving those words not just from an intellectual point of view, but really from an open heart, and then gradually start practicing it, start living it, but not as an imposition. This eternal law, you don't follow it as an imposition. Bad boy. That's the demiurge that does that. See my video on Gnosticism to know what the demiurge is. It is the wrong concept of God, the God that sends you to hell, that wants your belief, your fear. Fear God. No, don't fear God, love God. And willingly, with a singing heart, walk on the path, follow the law. And it's very gentle, it's very sweet. As Jesus said, his yoke is very light, So it only becomes heavy when we refuse it. And I often see Christians really refusing it. No, 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 no. I'm just saved by faith. I don't have to follow any laws. That the law will send me to hell. Really? What, the words of Jesus will send you to hell? I don't think so. Trust me, they won't. Because it's not the law of the demiurge, the Old Testament law, about punishment and fear, and shaking, but it's about receiving what is the true spirit, which is the love from which these words come, and then practicing it, and then being filled by a spirit, but not a spirit that makes you shout and scream and curse others to hell. It is a spirit which is just love, which is just a certain purity of being, in spite of our failings, which are many, but still there is this blessing and this purity. So remember, the eternal law is a source of love, is not a source of constraint. And, well, from whichever source you find it, if you find it as a humanistic atheist, if you find it as a follower of Confucius, or of the Tao, or of the Buddha, from whichever way you approach it, may you be blessed in it and may you grow in it. Thanks for listening.